Gerone Wright here, and once again you're joining me on my YouTube channel. I'm back here in another video. I'm back with my sound again after doing so many slide videos to discuss what's going on here with our U.S. penny. Okay, we all place little value, I guess, on the U.S. penny. Because it's only valued at pretty much just 1 cent. I actually, I pick these little brown guys up off the ground when I see them. A lot of people throw them down and all. I don't know why. I always said that the penny always make the dollar. So I always did place a high value on the penny myself. Besides all of that, the penny depicts our 16th U.S. president, which is Abraham Lincoln. And what's amazing about this is that at the top there, I got it cut off though, but at the top, going across the top, I even have it cut off there. It has "In God We Trust," and which is, I mean, pretty powerful message and all. It actually has a lot of religious symbolic meaning behind it all. There's always been a lot of mystery surrounding our U.S. presidents and who's actually in control of the White House. And I always believed in my heart instinctively that no matter what kind of power a man has individually, it is always governed by the religious values that this person actually has, or what this person's religious beliefs are in. Now, I don't believe that Lincoln, he had a questionable religious background history. I don't know if most of you knew that he wasn't. I mean, he was like one of those guys where his religion was just a given. He didn't speak on it. He didn't discuss it, from what I can see in the history, and it was very questionable. But there was something else going on behind the scenes with this guy, and they said that there's always two sides to a coin, and in this case, I believe that I found that there are many sides to a coin. You just have to actually know how to dimensionally unlock them. Okay, and it tells us what's behind the scenes, what's going on with Abraham Lincoln. Now, based on the face of this penny, you would not be able to see that there's a Roman helmet which is included in this, and you would not see that there is a robed papal figure that is also included in the U.S. penny. So let me run that by you again. In fact, the papal figure that is included in the U.S. penny, depicting Abraham Lincoln, is actually wearing the Roman war helmet. So I'm telling you that this U.S. penny has a papal figure wearing a Roman war helmet. So when the penny is slid over itself in the mirrored image, which gives us many other faces of the penny, you get a papal's gown, shows the papal shoulders coming around. This is the robed area, the tasseling of the robe coming across the V, creating the neck. There's the neck. There's the face. There's a smiling papal figure. I'm going to bring it in, people. And here's the Roman helmet here. Abraham Lincoln's face is going off in either direction. I'll get a bigger picture here. I'm looking at this from backwards. Where we at here? Okay, Abraham Lincoln chin is here, going into his mouth, his nose, his cheek, his eye, right there, and here's Abe's head. Now Abe has two heads because this is a mirrored image. So the dimensional image opens up a portal and creates the image of a pope. Let me see if I can make this a little... Matter of fact, I'm not going to go larger. I'll just use my larger image because I might mess up my resolution. Alright, so you see that? See the face of the popal figure? There's an eye, nose, smiling face, and here's the Roman helmet here. All of this, people, creates a consistent message of how ancient rooted religion has always been behind, and ancient rooted royalty has always been behind the scenes. Here's our larger image here, and wherever you see these images, there's Abe's chin, nose, eye, and there's the popal figure, eye. This is the Roman helmet here, going up. The Pope's tiara has become a Roman helmet, a war helmet, mind you, in the U.S. So what is a dimensional mirrored image doing in this time? Showing a religious figure wearing a military helmet. People, what this is showing us, this dimensional reality, is showing us that religion is a silent war entity which governs our world, police our world. That no matter who is sitting in the U.S. presidency seat, this is the true commander-in-chief right here. A popal figure wearing a war helmet. Look at this. The robe coming down, the tasseling. Here's the robe, arms coming out. All in, look, heads up, Abraham Lincoln coming out. And it gets better because it also describes that Abraham Lincoln was genetically altered through papacy or through a pope. Now, where's my woman at that I drawed here? I don't know where I took her at. Let me see. Oh, here she is here. If you notice, DNA is represented by that of our hair. And a lot of encryption encoding styles by a Renaissance artists or by images that come up like this. They have the multi-dimensional images. The DNA of the hair represents the DNA of the being. Now I'm going to see if I can get this in because I'm looking at this backwards. But if you look in the back, here's Abe's hair here. In the back of Abe's hair, there's the face of a woman there. There's her chin, her lip, her mouth, her nose, and her eye. I call her the mother of creation. And notice that coming off the helmet, the Roman helmet, war helmet. You see that? Is that strand of DNA coming off the Pope up into the nose and going into the hair of Abraham Lincoln. You know what this is describing? Genetic manipulation and altering, gene contamination. I've seen this and discovered this to be in many different Renaissance artists' artwork. I found it to be in Quaker Oats, ancient Quaker Oats oatmeal commercials. In fact, this is a similar image appears on the mirrored image of a Quaker Oats box with William Penn, who's also was the founder of a lot of things here in America, in Pennsylvania. Excuse me. The same exact almost image. You have to see my Quaker Oat discovery that I made here. So you have Abe Lincoln the image of a woman on the back of Abe Lincoln's hair right here, a popo figure. There's the face. Let me bring this in foot. Chin, mouth, nose, eye, wearing a Roman war helmet, representing Rome here in America. Now look, people. Look at the White House. Look at all of the Capitol buildings in Washington. They all have the Roman Empire look to them. Wouldn't that suggest that any president that is actually sitting in one of those buildings, I don't care, those buildings represent ancient Rome and ancient Greece. They do not represent nothing of America. They represent everything ancient which is related to an ancient time that most people in America do not know nothing about. And you sure don't know nothing about this here. It's amazing because we have a U.S. coin that on face looks and appears to be a representation of a U.S. president, of our 16th U.S. president. Innocent as enough. Most people carry this coin around in their pocket. You would be hard pressed to find a person that doesn't have a penny in their pocket. And unbeknownst to you, it's one thing you're carrying around the symbolic message of a dead man in your pocket. You don't even carry your own people, your own parents, or any, a picture of your own parents or children or dead children. Well, you don't carry none of that in your pocket, but you're carrying around dead presidents in your pocket. And not only that, a message that attaches you to something you know nothing about. A message that attaches you to religion. If you are a Muslim, if you are an atheist, if you are anything, if you are a Hindu and Hindu belief, I don't care who you are. If you are into devil worship, whatever, carrying this coin around is no different than carrying a cross in your pocket. And it goes for most of the currency, the U.S. currency that we carry around in our pocket today. Because the underlying symbolic message is this. So how was Abraham Lincoln altered? Well, genetically altered. Well, if he didn't get his the old-fashioned way, the way most people do, because this also, we all know that the helmet represents, you ever heard of when the person is describing their penis, the helmet of the penis? This is the reason why this is up between like this here. The Popo figure is there. The helmet represents the helmet on the penis, not just war. It dubs of that as the penis too. It's telling you that Abraham Lincoln was genetically altered through the semen, the penile gland of a pope. If you go back and look in history, I bet you that there is a connection. I'm going to run out of time here. I'm going to have to end this video. Then there's a way that the masses of people are being changed. I see that our President Obama is going back and forth to the White House. I mean, to the Vatican and dealing with these popes and stuff as well too. There's another way that they have created to change the world of masses genetically, and it's called through communion. You know what I call this? They call it communion. You know what I call it? It's a communion wafer. You know what I call it? I call it a cum cracker. Cum meaning sperm. A cum cracker. These people have discovered a way to put in genes, genetics, to put into your mouth to genetically alter mankind's being on such a small, undetectable level. However, that over a period of time, the course, the potency in this takes over one's genes in their bodies. I'm going to leave it like that. I might put some more in writing, but I'm going to run out of time here. I'm going to stop it there.